Hey everybody, it's Mike Venus, La Soul, and I'm back. And I like this. I want this type of energy from you peons. And I'm calling you a peon, sir, ma'am, whoever you are, Pinocchio. Because Geppetto, your daddy, your owner, sent you to try to spark war with me on a burner account on this subject. This person left a comment on this video that I was responding to a guy on YouTube who had a rant about music production community, right? And I said what I said in two parts, right? Because he was talking about integrity and also about, music production and the details and all that stuff. You can go watch that. But this person with no subscribers, with a 12-year burner account, and there's no videos on their account, felt the nerve to leave a comment that says, if someone is a hobbyist, which is speaking to me, which I'm not a hobbyist, bro. Not a hobbyist, bro. Not even in the closest description of what I do. I'm not a hobbyist. Right? Why do they keep inserting themselves in conversations geared towards professionals or people striving to be professional? So this individual is Pinocchio, right? Felt bold. Well, not bold because you on some bitch made shit. This is what you call passive aggressive. And I said it in my last video dealing with this subject in the second video where I say I'm a pacifist, right? Like Itachi, Uchiha. I don't like conflict. I don't like war, right? But if it is conflict, if it is war they want, I'm going to end it very, very swift, very efficient, very humane. So peace is established. Then they go on to say also, why does people having gear bother you? Never said that, bro. First and foremost, like I said, I'm a professional. I do this professionally. I own all my recordings, right? Published over 600 songs. How I'm not a professional, sir? You know who I am. Geppetto knows who I am. I'm talking about your handlers, the people that pull the strings behind the scenes. I'm competing with them. See, there's levels to this, right? When you're independent, I do everything. I was having this conversation with my son this morning and with my wife. We was having breakfast. Well, they were eating breakfast. I was drinking my coffee. But he was talking to me about he wants to do sports. Now, he wasn't blessed with my build and frame and athleticism and what I did, but he's showing good skill and able to run long distance. So besides just shooting him down because he wants to do certain things like that, I'm encouraging him towards things that will be probably more profitable for him if he wants to pursue that. So we was talking about track and field. I did track and field. I did football, hockey, soccer, track and field. Right? And I told him, I said, I always wanted to do track and field. But playing team sports, it didn't work out for me. I won some, was a champion in football, hockey, and football in high school was not it. because you had too many people who were about self and not team. Those are team sports. And with team sports, you can kind of hide yourself. It's not balanced in the production. You're gonna always have someone that's an overachiever, and you're gonna have underachievers on a team or team type sports. And then you get into something like track and field or combat sports like boxing, MMA, or specialized martial arts. You know, if it's a judo competition, if it's fencing, if it's boxing, if it's kickboxing, you know, wrestling. These are individual sports. Your performance does matter. You can't hide if you not. There's no excuses. You can't hide if you lost, and you're not gonna hide if you win. It is what it is. It's the most, I'll say, more straightforward assessment of where you stand in your competition against your peers. Music used to be like that, but it's not like that now. So you got to understand, I'm coming from that perspective. I'm a lone wolf. You understand? Apex predator. You understand? This ain't what you want. And no, I'm not a hobbyist. I'm a professional. I'll watch any of these niggas. My pen game is elite. I sound design all my sounds. So what they using, even if we're using the same thing, they won't even get close to my sound. Because I make my sounds. You understand? I know the patterns. I know my chords. I know the scales. I know my notes. I'm elite. But the more, that's on that level. That's just dealing with you people dealing as a music producer or a composer. But I also write. I can write lyrics. I got published a rap song, Juneteenth. Check it out. That whole song is an example of what I do. And I did that in collaboration with my wife. So you're not like us. So don't play yourself. You understand? I warned you niggas before because like I said before, this ain't what you want. You know what I'm saying? While y'all trying to, get rings and chips like a football player or a basketball player, baseball player, right? Team oriented approach. I'm moving like a boxer. I'm moving like a track athlete, a swimmer. It's on you. I can't blame the next person if it's not good. I believe in cover your ass, CYA. You understand? And I told you people, bro, this community thing, this is a competitive sport. That's how I see music on the business side and just music in general. It's a competitive sport. I'm competing with you, whoever this person is that felt bitch made to go on their little burner account to try to throw insults and then question things without really being straight up. If I walk in a room and I see a squad of niggas where you got 5 guys touching just a drum pattern, I'm watching you. Yeah. Yeah. See, the people that I will respect when it comes to this, they did the whole thing. They're actually a music producer. Y'all beat makers. I could be a beat maker. I also can be a producer. I am a producer. I'm an executive producer. All them titles I hold at. sound designer, programmer, musician, rapper, songwriter, producer, executive producer, artist. I hold all those caps, bro. That's why I say I'm Himicus, inspired by Spartacus. My goal is to get people to think. It's a system setup. Oh, everybody like if we just own a little piece. I own all of the pie, nigga. All of the pie. If I win or fail, it's on me. Like Kendrick said, he said, on my mama, that's the realest shit. A lot of y'all ain't built for this. You ain't built to challenge this type of energy, bro. I told you I was just trying to stay in my lane and do me. But when this energy is directed towards me, prepare for war, bro. Sis. And like I said, you don't have to like me, but you're going to respect me. Do you have 600 songs under your belt that's published? Do you have music in song libraries? Do you even own your music? Do you own your image, your name, your likeness? Can you speak as freely as me? Can you move like me? If you can't answer it with a yes, then you need to humble down because this ain't what you want. I never said people having gear bother me. It's the overconsumption of gear. It's a lot of people on here, they get all this shit and they don't understand what they're doing. And that's why I said a lot of his audience are hobbyists. That's the reality. They're hobbyists. They're collectors. There's nothing wrong with that. But we're not the same. I don't just collect gear just to have gear. I use my tools. I don't put the gear up as a fucking idol and worship it, and the people who used it, more likely they used it out of necessity or availability because that's all they can get. I use the example with the Roland TR 808, TR 909. When that piece of gear dropped, it was a flop, both of them. What made it popular and now a legendary piece of gear that people want or sounds that they want is because those people who crafted the sound of house, techno, hip hop went and bought that shit at the pawn shop, bro. And used what they had to make records, bro. Make it do what it do. Now everybody want to go get that. Everybody want to use that. You know what I'm saying? I don't do type beats. I do all my music is original, bro. I can use the same software, same gear, and come up with original works where you niggas have to emulate somebody else. I don't do that. That's biting. That's posing. You understand? Nor will I just be so quick to work with an artist. Ain't no nigga gonna shit on me, bro. When I spent blood, sweat, and tears and time and energy, you know, crafting the sound and making my instrumental, and then they, oh, well, it's not for you, nigga. I'm gonna put it up myself. I don't have to use you on the track, bro. You got me fucked up, bro. I'm not a hobbyist. And I have gear. I'm not against people having gear. It says that man never told no one that had to buy anything. Never said that. I never said that. I was talking about generally. Is he not one of the main influencers on YouTube when it comes to music? He talks about gear. He does talk about people investing in gear. He used to work for one of the major companies, Native Instruments, and he was on their board. So part of that was pushing gear. Now I do know he said on his channel, because even though he worked for them, he didn't want his channel to be, he didn't want to be, want people to know that he was associated with it like that. So he never really did a lot of videos pushing the gear. If you look, it's older videos, probably the Mach 1 or the Mach 2, but never like Mach 3 or nothing like that, the Plus, until he left them. He got that later on when he had issues with his MPC 4000. Yeah. Right? The only thing he has ever said is learn your gear and challenge yourself to be different. But how are you different? How is he different? That makes you a hypocrite, bro. You making fucking G-Funk. That shit haven't been popping since what? The early 90s? And that's a regional sound. He was out west. That's what they make out west. That's not the sound that's dominating the airways, bro. If you know, you know. But I know people who do G-Funk. I encourage people who do G-Funk to get the Force. But you wouldn't know that, would you? And they do it professionally, bro. They saw how I was cooking on it, and they got inspired, and they went out and bought one, and they liked it. I don't know if they still use it. I'm not even checking for them because I'm working on music. Why? Because I do this professionally. Clown. Surf. Peon. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get disrespectful because the disrespect was already initiated when this individual called me a hobbyist. And the main people, and you a pawn, bro. You a pawn trying to checkmate a king, nigga. I own my shit, nigga. I own my stuff. You are owned by somebody else. You have been Ursula. Remember Ursula from the Little Mermaid? Yeah, you Ariel, nigga. And this ain't the third act where everything just magically, after Ursula become uber powerful, she got the trident and everything, she just magically died. No, this ain't Disney, bro. You are Ariel, and Ursula got your essence, bro. Got your aura, your power. Like my people call it medicine. Ashe. Yeah. They got that. They don't own me. I'm taking the road less traveled. The straight path. The narrow gate. Broad is the way that leads to destruction. And many go that path. Broad is the way, wide is the gate. That's you. That leads to destruction. I can pass this shit on, bro. Can you? See, you're not a threat. See, you think you're a threat, but you're not tough, bro. You're not you in the battle, but you don't understand the war, the bigger picture. You understand? I'm not competing. You're not even really worth looking at, whoever this individual is or anybody that come on their little burner accounts. I really want you to step. That's how I really want. I don't do this little like secret shit. I don't even have burner accounts. You see my face. I got videos plenty with my face. Mike Venus Topic, you can find my music. My shit popping overseas. I ain't worried about you niggas. But I refuse to be Ursula, nigga. Or be Geppettoed. You're a victim. You're a victim. I feel sorry for you. And you're a casualty of war. Because now you provoke something you're not ready for, and I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Clown. Bro. You understand? You're not on my level, bro. A lot of y'all people on YouTube, you gonna learn the hard way. I don't care if you leave comments. I don't care if you like. Hell, you can dislike it. I don't care. But I refuse to be shadow banned. I refuse to be silenced. Because you can't silence me. I'm infinite when it comes to this. You know what I'm saying? What you think you know, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So no, I don't have no issue with people talking about gear. I don't have no issue about people selling gear. I just don't understand his rant. It came so left field. I don't know if somebody put this nigga up to do this. But if we had to do original music, I will blow his ass out the water and anybody else. That's the thing they don't want. You understand? It's kind of like the debate with Jordan or LeBron or Wemby, right? You know that if you able to dunk on Wemby, right, you goated. But you don't want to take that chance, that risk of challenging Wemby, because more likely he's gonna block you. So when you try to think, oh, I'm gonna try him, you gonna risk your career, your health to try to dunk on somebody that's big as hell? No. You gonna kick that shit out to your teammate. You gonna second guess that. Even if you think, oh well, I ain't gonna try to dunk, I'm gonna do a layup. Your shit getting swept off the board. It's getting tossed into the stands. You understand? You're not scoring. You rely on threes. Like a 3-pointer is passive, a dunk is aggressive. It's confrontational. Only few will try, and only few will succeed. You understand? But many can shoot threes. You can shoot threes all day, but you ain't gonna dunk on Wemby, bro. And I'm Wemby when it comes to this. You understand? And you don't want to provoke the demon, bro. You understand? There's many accounts of people where they tell stories about Jordan, or hell, even LeBron, and they turn it on, and then or Kobe. They turn it on, and then it's just like, oh shit, I didn't know he was that nice. Cause you feel like you can do this, but you're doing this in some bitch made side character type energy, bro. If you want to feel like you a main character in this, cause you're not in the game, bro. If somebody owns your masters, somebody owns you. You sign something, you owe them money. They own you. I own all my shit, nigga. Gear, works, ideas, images. That shit's in-house. That's with the fam. Don't play yourself, bro. Like I said, you don't have to like it. You can respect it, though. So be humble. Sit down and be quiet and be humble. See, like when I go on my channel and I look, when I post something, I get no comments. Because two things going to happen when you comment, right? If you comment and it's respectful, you showing humility because you recognize someone else. You respect. Oh, I see you. I leave nice comments to people. If I see them, I'll be like, bro, yeah, that's it. Just keep working on it. Yeah, like I'm out here just being a fucking menace. Nah, I can be cordial, but I can also turn that shit on. Fuck being political and cordial with you niggas. This is a competitive sport. I ain't building fame off of anybody's back. It's all on me, nigga. When I craft these works, this shit comes straight off the dome, bro. And you gotta respect it. Don't do that. Don't play yourself. If you want to sell gear, you want to become an influencer to be a salesman, then just be that. You know what I'm saying? But don't try to come into this realm with me where I'm doing everything, bro. What's a pawn to a king? We not doing this, bro. We not doing this. I don't just make beats, bro. I make music. I am in the full form of what you call a true music producer, a true music artist. I make genres. I create genres, nigga. I don't make what was before. I make something new. How you gonna compete with that? Mike Venus is not a hobbyist. I'm a professional. And I can get busy on anything. First 28 albums on my phone. It's coming up. I'm gonna have to repost it. It's coming up because I changed distributors. But I got all my masters, bro. All off the phone. See, you niggas don't really know. You don't know the behind scenes, bro. I ain't warring with you. I'm warring with the ones that own you. They know who I am. They never gonna acknowledge me because why would you acknowledge someone that is your competitor? Unless they're better than you and you have to. I'm gonna make them have to. And like I said, which any of you niggas catalog have 600 songs that are different, not the same shit, different. I've made a piano album and I don't even play keys. And it sound like I played it. Stop playing with me, bro. I'm a magician. I got more tricks in the bag. I'm a magician. Number one card in the deck. Stop playing. Humble yourself, be the fool, then you can be the magician. You understand? So with that, I'm Mike Venus Lasso. Whoever this person is, this no more since 2026 at what Alto Posture 78. Fuck you. Fuck your handlers. Fuck Geppetto. All right, I'm coming for you. And anybody else. This year is smoke. Everybody getting it. You got two options. You can feel like you standing at 90, but you're going to hit that 180. You understand? You either can part like the sea, or you're going to be flattened. Like Pharaoh and his army, bro. Don't play with me. I'm bringing a solution. Not these old niggas that's slaves, bro. Y'all been bought. Y'all been compromised. There is no compromising. There's only one thing. I'm making my way and I'm